TIL stands for Today I Learned. This edition is quite new, filled with fun and useful facts. Till a cat in New Zealand tricked two different women into owning him. Neither knew they had the same cat until after he went to the vet for stitches. The cat got to keep both names as well as both owners through a shared custody agreement. Till men walk significantly slower when walking with a woman, but only when that woman is their romantic partner. If she's a friend or acquaintance, they go at almost full speed. Till an estimated 400,000 hectares of cannabis grows wild in the Chu Valley, Kazakhstan, supplying 93% of Russia's marijuana. Till the solar storm of 1859 caused the aurora borealis to be seen as far south as the Caribbean, and was bright enough to wake miners in the Rockies. The geomagnetic current was also strong enough to power telegraph systems. A similar event happening today would cause widespread blackouts and damage. Till a Connecticut man purchased a 17-pound lobster named Lucky Larry from a restaurant and released him into an undisclosed location in Long Island Sound, likely not to be dragged by fishermen. Based on Larry's size, he's estimated to be about 80 years old. Till the TV show The Voice heavily promotes the fact that the winner gets a free record deal. However, many of them get dropped shortly after signing. The winner of season 7 even admits none of the label executives knew who he was when he first entered the office shortly after winning. Till an increasing number of elderly Japanese people are committing small crimes so they can live in prison for free. People aged 65 plus now make up more than a quarter of the prison population in Japan. Till parrots kept as pets will go through severe emotional trauma when they are given away, sold, or abandoned, developing destructive behaviors like screaming, aggression and self-mutilation. Plucking out their feathers in the wild, they are extremely social and often mate for life, 60 to 80 years. Till that in 2008 a bear was sued for stealing honey by a Macedonian beekeeper. The bear was found guilty, and the beekeeper received €1,700 from the state for the damages. Till Jimmy Carter said, if he became president, he would release all government UFO information to the public. Once elected, he decided not to due to national security concerns. Till that shortly after the death of Haram the gorilla, his sperm was extracted from his corpse in order to preserve genetic diversity and prevent his bloodline from dying out. Till Michael Jackson went grocery shopping in a closed down supermarket with all the other people being actors, just to experience what's it like to be an ordinary person. Till a retired American heart and lung surgeon has patented a scuba suit that would allow a human to breathe liquid air, like in the movie The Abyss. He has simulated 1,000-foot dives with mammals and has decompressed them in less than half a second with no decompression sickness. Today I learned that automakers have been adding fake engine noises to their car speaker systems, or even adding entirely separate speaker systems to increase the rumble and depth of the sound of engines to compensate for modern efficiency, resulting in less oomph. It's called a sound actor. Till of Nancy Wake, who ran away from home at 16 with just £200. Her husband was executed by the German and she worked as a nurse, a journalist, a courier and finally a spy for the UK. She is responsible for destroying the Gestapo HQ and was awarded medals by the US, UK, France, among others post-World War II. Till fossil remains of an extinct Colossus penguin was nearly 7 feet tall and weighed 250 pounds, unearthed in Antarctica. Till that Montana is the only US state constitutionally mandated to teach and preserve Native American history and culture. Till 8-year-old Saga Vanasek found a 1,500-year-old sword when wading in a lake in Sweden. She pointed it up to the sky and called out, "Daddy, I found a sword." She was bummed when her dad made her give the sword to the local museum and said she was raising money to make a sword replica for herself. Till that Adam and Eve weren't alone in paradise, according to some Jewish law. With them were Lilith and Samael. Lilith was created alongside Adam, not from him, to be his wife, while Samael was the one who commanded the snake to tempt Eve and is actually the true father of Cain. Till that the Romans thought that eyelashes fell out from excessive sexual intercourse, and so it was especially important for women to keep their eyelashes long to prove their chastity. Till that CNN prepared a doomsday end of the world video to be broadcast by the last surviving employee. It was leaked by a former intern in 2009. Till two homosexual lovers, Harmodius and Aristogiton, assassinated the king of Athens, Hipparchus, and triggered events that would usher in democracy. They became known as the Tyrannicides, the preeminent symbol of democracy to ancient Athenians. Till a 9-foot alligator clamped onto the leg of 10-year-old Florida girl Juliana Rossa. She thought of a plan she'd learned in Gatland, where she saw a guy wrestle a gator with its mouth taped. The situation was reversed, so Juliana stuck her fingers up the gator's nose, and it released her leg. Till of Qingxi. Originally a prostitute who married a pirate, she ended up commanding a fleet of 20,000 to 40,000 pirates, battling the Portuguese Empire, British Empire, and Qing Dynasty at various stages. She married her adopted son, had 2 children with him, and died a free woman at age 69. Till that cellulite is more of a secondary sexual characteristic than a condition. Almost all adult women have it, and there's no healthy or reasonable way to get rid of it. Till that some dolphins form boy bands that sing together to attract females, and these bands can stick together for decades. Till New York City paid more for Central Park than America paid for Alaska. Till that Queen Elizabeth II has seen 13 different UK Prime Ministers come into power, with the first one being Winston Churchill. Till goats prefer happy people. They can differentiate between human facial expressions and prefer to interact with happy people. Till of Dorothy Thompson, an American journalist working in Europe in the 1930s. She was granted an interview with Adolf Hitler in 1931, after which she referred to him as Insecure, the very prototype of the little man. She eventually became the first American journalist expelled from Germany. Till of Trish Vikers, a blind author who wrote 26 pages of her first novel without realizing her pen had run out of ink. The local police force used their forensic lab to find the missing words, and the book was published on the day of her death. Till the Berlin Wall came down by mistake. When the East Germans planned to slowly open the border, they announced it at a press conference without including a plan. When a reporter asked when it would be opened, the party official mistakenly said immediately, without delay, causing a run on the wall. Till there was an entire horror movie filmed inside the US Disney parks, without permission. Actors and crew dressed up as tourists, and filmed over 2 weeks in each park. Disney chose to ignore the movie, most likely to avoid giving it further attention. It premiered at Sundance. Till of a 1993 proposal to build a giant advertising billboard in outer space that would appear roughly the same size and brightness as the moon. The project didn't meet funding and inspired a bill to ban all advertisement in outer space. Till Nan Britton claimed to have had an affair with US President Warren Harding and gave birth to his daughter. She was ridiculed in court when she tried to sue for child support. In 2015, Ancestry.com confirmed that Britain was telling the truth. Till hagfish were being transported to South Korea, where they are eaten as a delicacy, but instead covered the car and rode in slime. Hagfish slime expands by 10,000 times in a fraction of a second. It is 100,000 times softer than jello. Hagfish produce slime when attacked or stress. Till only one horror movie has ever won an Oscar for Best Picture, The Silence of the Lambs. It is also one of only 3 films of all time to win all 5 top awards. Till the African nation of Zambia aspired to beat US and Russia in the space race. Their astronaut prep program included using a tire swing to simulate weightlessness along with downhill barrel rolls for the G-force. They also had plans to Christianize the Martian population, among other things. Till 90% of the profits of the O.J. Simpson book, if I did it, went to Fred Goldman, Ron Goldman's father. Goldman had sued Simpson in a wrongful death civil suit and was awarded $33.5 million, which had gone unpaid. In 2007, a judge awarded the rights to the book to the Goldman family as payment. Till that Pablo Picasso carried around a revolver loaded with blanks, which he used to shoot at people who asked about the meaning behind his paintings. Till Pablo Escobar, the cocaine kingpin, said that one of his first illegal enterprises was robbing tombstones from local graveyards, sanding down the names, and selling them to Panamanian smugglers. Till the biggest tuna ever recorded weighed an incredible 1,496 pounds. Caught on October 26, 1979, fishing with Captain Eric Sampson aboard Lady and Misty out of Port Hood, Nova Scotia. Till according to Pornhub, the most popular day to watch porn is on Sunday, while the least popular is Friday. Till that during construction of the new Yankee Stadium, a construction worker and avid Boston Red Sox fan buried a replica jersey of Red Sox player David Ortiz underneath the visitors' dugout with the objective of placing a hex on the Yankees, much like the curse of the Bambino. Till there is a company offering testicular implants for pets, Neuticals, which aims to prevent the emotional hardship pets undergo by getting neutered. Till Jack Ma, the founder of one of China's most successful companies, failed primary school twice and middle school 3 times, and also failed his university exam 3 times. He was also rejected by the police force and even KFC, but now is the one of the richest people in the world. Till that millennial dads are spending 3 times as much times with their kids than their fathers spent with them. Back in 1982, 43% of fathers admitted they'd never changed a diaper. Today, that number is down to about 3%. Till BBC journalists requested an interview with Facebook because they weren't removing child abuse photos. Facebook asked to be sent the photos as proof. When journalists sent the photos, Facebook reported them to the police because distributing child abuse imagery is illegal. Till a New Jersey man bought a $5 bottle of orange juice from ShopRite. His wife said it was too expensive and sent him back to return it because it was on sale for $2.50 elsewhere. He then decided to buy 2 lottery tickets with the cash refunded from the odds. He won $315.3 million. Till in 2012, a Burger King employee anonymously posted an image on 4chan of him putting his feet in lettuce, with the caption, "This is the lettuce you eat at Burger King." It took 20 minutes for people to track down the branch the employee worked at and contact the news. He was promptly fired. Till actor Robert Pattinson dealt with an obsessed fan who had been camping outside his apartment by taking her out on a dinner date. "I just complained about everything in my life and she never came back." Till in 1959, police were called to a segregated library in Escarolina when a 9-year-old black boy refused to leave. He later got a PhD in physics from MIT and died in 1986, one of the astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger. The library that refused to lend in books is now named after him. Till a Japanese company has awarded its non-smoking employees 6 extra vacation days to compensate for the smokers' smoke breaks. Till Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't allowed to dub his own role in Terminator in German, as his accent is considered very rural by German/Austrian standards, and it would be too ridiculous to have a death machine from the future come back in time and sound like a hillbilly. Till of Syndrome K, a fake disease that Italian doctors made up to save Jews who had fled to their hospital seeking protection from the Nazis. Syndrome K patients were quarantined, and the Nazis were told that it was a deadly, disfiguring, and highly contagious illness. They saved at least 20 lives.